Hi everyone, I'm a little bit late today because I'm still in the festive mood. So what I chose for our first lecture for the new year is talk about blood. Why? Because blood is extremely important for our organs, for our healing, for our health. Why? Because the vital force resides in blood. And the vital force is the one that keeps us alive, that decides how to distribute the nutrients in our bodies. So today we are going to talk about blood flow. We are going to talk about how to discover the impurities in our blood. What are the signs you can observe? Then we're going to talk about alternatives. Alternatives are different type of herbs that we use in herbalism that help for purification and toning of liquids like blood, organs, tissues in our body. Then I will give you a recipe about purification of the blood. Then we'll talk about the cardiovascular disease because it is directly connected to the health of the blood, but also indirectly connected to diabetes, for instance, and other diseases. About which the health of the blood also is important. Then I will tell you about some other ways to purify the blood, which some you have heard about and some you haven't. And at the end, I will talk about some fun facts that about blood and some misconceptions about blood. So it's a very important theme, and it's very important to have a little bit more broad understanding about blood because it's important in human healing. So let's talk about the flow, the rate of which the nutrients and drugs also can access to the tissue depends on largely on the rate of the blood flow. Blood flow is important because it delivers health and also it delivers vitality in human body. So in the average size adult, the heart pumps about 5 liters of blood each minute. This is quite enormous amount of blood considering our tiny little heart. In terms of daily, this is about 2,000 gallons of blood or 7,500 and something liters of blood per day. And if you want to envision this, you can imagine 100 regular bathtubs full with blood. This is what is going through our body on a daily basis. This is very interesting. So what happens is, the phone is a little bit unstable. Once the nutrients are absorbed into the bloodstream, they are rapidly distributed throughout the circulatory system to find their way to the cell. And you probably saw a lot of videos where the cell has that key. The cell opens a key to get certain type of vitamins, nutrients, or the cell, if it doesn't function properly, might not open that key to get those nutrients. And if there are impurities in our blood, then the cell is shy to open the key to receive the nutrients because there is that fear of not be able to do its function properly. So how we find out about the impurities without a blood test? They are showing on our skin. These are pimples, skin rashes, eczema, boils, and others that are showing everywhere on our skin. It could be on the arms, the legs, around the belly area, very often. So what we do when we find that, we contact our doctor and we ask for a test to check if our organs are working properly. Because if the organs cannot excrete properly, then the blood gets stagnated. The lymphatic system is even that cleans the brain. So, and in herbalism, we use something which is called alternatives. The alternatives are very special types of herbs. They are remedies which gradually alter and correct impure conditions in the blood. So that's why I will be talking about them, and it is because of this that many of these agents, alternatives, are commonly called blood purifiers or even blood sweeteners. If you hear something like that, they talk about alternatives. They alter the character of the bloodstream because of being possessed of certain properties which the vital force can use in stimulating or strengthening of organs, of nutrition and secretion, building up so that waste material may be carried off. I just want to open the brackets here. I've mentioned vital force before. Again, the vital force is the force that keeps us lively. The vital force is the one that decides how to distribute the nutrients, or we call it pabulum, it's a Latin word, or the food to the cell. So those alternatives we use in different decoctions and infusions in order to help purify or tone the blood. To remove impurities from the bloodstream, it's only the very important duty of the holistic coach like me or a herbalist, because all such conditions arise because of the improper functioning of the organs, as I mentioned. Most frequently, the excretory organs which fail to carry out impurities to the blood are the skin, the liver, the kidney, the large intestines and the lungs. One of the reasons I follow up with my client's stool constantly is because I would like to know about the health of the large intestines or the colon. So those organs can be tested with a blood test. Yesterday I had an appointment with my naturopathic doctor for my annual testing, and I asked him for a blood test to make sure that liver, kidney, colon, lungs, everything works well in the body. And then I will do my prevention plan for the year which I have. So it is, however, possible that impurities may arise from improper food, even from impure air. And an example for this is, for instance, my husband and I still were building our house, and sometimes we cut wood where you have very fine particles in the air, and even if you wear a mask, at one point you inhale them because it's dusty, because they're in the air, because you manipulate the wood you cut, and etc. So impure air could be if somebody's a smoker in the house. Yes, you are a secondary smoker, and that is an impure air in the house. So whatever the cause, the only method of cleansing the blood stream would be seeking to purify the blood and also to remove the cause. the cause is the impure air or the improper food, to remove that. Here we use the Herbal alternatives as they are of service in promoting or eliminating of impurities. So the true alternatives actually are agents which very slowly but very surely cleanse and purify the bloodstream, and at the same time they steadily tone the organs involved in the bloodstream, like the kidneys that purify certain liquids, the liver, and etc. And here I'm going to give you a recipe of alternatives with which you can purify and tone your blood, the liquid blood. It's an excellent mixture of to tone the blood, and it is as following. So we're using burdock. Burdock root is very much utilized for in purification of the blood. As soon as you see you have pimples, rashes, and etc., you can put it topical on the skin, but you have to also take it internally in order to achieve results. Then you take 28 grams of burdock root, of the dry herb. This is 1 ounce, and 28 grams of century. Century, I'll spell it in case I mispronounce it, is CENTUARY, century. Herb, also 28 grams. Then yellow dock root, 14 grams. Then fumitory herb, 14 grams. And you add cayenne pepper, but the flakes, half a teaspoon to 1 full teaspoon. If you have the powder, and especially if it's around 100,000 units, it's very spicy. You cannot add that much. You add on the tip of your teaspoon. But I suggest, for this reason, because this will boil, it's better to add the dry flakes, the fruit. So you simmer for about 15 minutes, and then you strain, and you take it 4 times a day, 45 milliliters each time. When we order herbs to be taken orally, we prefer that they are between meals, on an empty stomach. They don't interfere with other food, because the body will absorb it faster, and the quality of the delivery to the cell is better. So on an empty stomach, slowly mixing it with the saliva, not gulping it up. Okay. So the same, also some important blood purifying mixtures are done with sarsaparilla and burdock, of course. And for blood poisoning, you can use chickweed and plantain. These are other herbs. So now, of course, I said we'll talk about also movement. How does the movement relate to blood flow quality and quantity? Yes, it does relate because it enhances the work of the other circulatory systems, like the lymphatic and the glymphatic system, that purify and cleanse. They don't have their own pump. Mind you, lately they say that the calves are the ones that are pumping the lymphatic system, and movements with the hip are pumping the lymphatic system to go all the way up to the brain to clean the brain. But they don't have that pump that the cardiovascular system has, the heart. So it's important that in order to excrete the impurities, you move. And movement has to be appropriate for the condition you're dealing with. and they have to slowly but surely make sure that they have a good impact on the fluids that are circulating through the body. So some diseases are interconnected with the ability of the heart to work in optimal fashion. For example, diabetes. If you have diabetes or you're borderline diabetes, please take it very seriously. Individuals with diabetes are at the increased risk of developing of heart disease. And as you know, heart disease is the #1 reason for death worldwide, including in North America. And it has to be taken very seriously. The health of the arteries, veins, heart, and the health and the purity of the blood. That's why are very, very important. So high blood sugar levels, and back to the diabetes, can contribute to the narrowing of the blood vessels and the development of finally of the arteriosclerosis. Smoking also does narrowing of the blood vessels through thickening of the blood vessels walls. Then you have the area where the blood flows through way less than it's supposed to be. That's why higher blood pressure and heart attacks. It's very common. I've been checking the statistics many years ago. Probably it's the same, especially women around 50s who are smokers can get a heart attack due to the smoking. So think twice before you light up your cigarette. So a bit more about the cardiovascular disease. What is a cardiovascular disease? It's a disorder of the heart and blood vessels of the body. Blood, brings oxygen and nutrients to the heart. When blood flow to the heart is impaired, what results is angina. And when the blood flow is critically reduced because of that thickening of the arteries, or for many other reasons, when we are sedentary, we also have a reduced blood flow through our arteries and veins, then a heart attack may occur. Of course, this is very like a big statement, but yes, it can happen. Lack of blood flow to the brain, for instance, in some cases, or bleeding in the brain also can cause stroke. So you see how important the blood is for our life and for our health. So I also would like to mention some misunderstandings about oops, sorry, something happened. You can see me, I hope. Misunderstandings people have about blood. Some people believe that if their urine is clear, it means that the blood is healthy. However, the urine color is not directly indicative for blood health. And the breakdown of the blood cells, the red blood cells, can occur without affecting the urine color. So that's why blood test is very important to be done on a regular basis. Probably when you are dealing with condition, your doctor requires at least every 3 months a blood test to see the tendencies of different results from the blood test, how they develop, is there improvement, how the organs are working in a long run, because it's very, very important to follow up with the tendencies. Some people think that donation of blood is something that can damage them or could be detrimental for their health. This is actually untrue, and what I do is to make sure that first of all I do a blood test to see if everything is okay, and then I donate blood, and now I will do it again. And the blood is replenishing actually very, very fast, very quickly. It's very refreshing for the entire body to produce some more blood. So what else I wanted to mention, despite that the human body has its own natural mechanisms for purifying and detoxifying of blood, we need to adopt certain lifestyle choices and habits that support these processes and promote overall health. And here are some ways to help purify the blood. First and foremost, we have to stay hydrated, right? You heard that many times. Drinking an adequate amount of water is crucial for your overall health, including the blood purification, because the water helps flushing out toxins and supports the kidneys in removing waste from the blood. So then we have the eating of a balanced diet, and here I want to mention a few foods which most of the types, the metabolic types, tolerant to, and this is garlic, beets, leafy greens, berries. They have detoxifying properties, and right now it's good to include beets in your morning green drink, or even eat them pickled. They don't have to be raw mostly, and carrots and stuff like that as well. But beets, leafy greens, which now in the winter we don't have, but berries, you can have frozen berries. They still have great properties as frozen as well. Of course, limiting of processed foods, limit the intake of processed and refined foods, which often contain additives, preservatives, unhealthy fats as well. These can contribute to accumulating of toxins into the blood. Liver support. The liver plays a central role in detoxification. It's a very, very important organ. Foods like cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, both colors, white and purple cabbage. Turmeric also, this is a part of the cruciferous, a green tea. They are known to enhance the liver function. And if I am doing a metabolic typing, I will tell you if the raw or the not pickled, marinated cruciferous are better for you. For instance, I'm a protein type, and the marinated cruciferous are better for me. I have to wait after I cut them for them to become palatable for my type. My husband can eat them just raw like that, and for me cooked are even better. So regular exercises, I mentioned already the movement, I know, but I would like to tell you that the physical activity promotes circulation and helps the lymphatic system to eliminate toxins. Also, aim for regular aerobic exercise for strengthening, for mobilization, for flexibility. This is very important to be in a very well balanced manner. Caffeine and alcohol are a big no-no when you are healing from a chronic health condition, regardless of the fact that a lot of people, a lot of researchers try to convince you that it's still okay for you. No, it's not okay, because caffeine has a great negative effect of your recovery, of your immune system, and it has more damage than, yes, it has some good properties, but it has more of damage for the brain and the entire immune system and nervous system. For alcohol, there's no question the damage the alcohol has on the brain. And you know the brain controls the entire body. So do we really want that? Smoking introduces numerous harmful chemicals into the bloodstream, and I think that quitting smoking is one of the best things you can do to improve your overall blood quality and cardiovascular health. Managing stress. Nowadays we all talk about stress and what it does to the physical body. Yes, it is real. Through hormonal changes in the body, the stress has an enormous impact on our health, on our chronic health condition, and on our physical body overall. You know, I suggested many times meditation, breathing. I do a lot of somatic exercises. All the fascial stretches, they are also considered somatic exercises in order to improve and work against stress. Sleep, quality sleep, of course. During the sleeping period, let's call it, during the night, what happens is the body regenerates. The body undergoes repair and a detoxification process. The sleep has to be sufficient and in a good environment, not in a very hot environment. So in conclusion, I will give you a few fun and quirky facts about blood. Blood types were discovered in 1901. They were discovered by a guy, Carl Langsteiner or something was his name, who received a Nobel Prize about it. And he actually paved the way to safer blood transfusions. And another interesting fact is that mosquitoes are attracted mostly by type O blood. This is a mystery for me. They're really attracted to me. It's a very unpleasant thing, but yes, if you have type O, and we know scientifically that this is a fact, but we don't know exactly why they prefer that type. There is a saying, blood is thicker than water. The phrase blood is thicker than water is often used to emphasize the importance of family ties. But, however, the original saying is thought to be the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb, which is strange. That's suggesting that the chosen relationships can be stronger than the familial ties. And blue blood exists, yes, exists in the horseshoe crab. Actually, they use the horseshoe crab a lot for researchers because it's blue blood, which is due to presence of copper-based molecules. Their blood is valuable for testing the safety of medical equipment, vaccines, and etc. And the circulatory system of humans is about 60,000 miles long. Imagine this as vessels in your body. Your circulatory system is that long because the blood travel travels in this extensive network to deliver oxygen and nutrients to cells, and excuse me, to also excrete, to cleanse. And the last one is that the blood pH level and the lemonade pH level are the same. That doesn't mean that a lemonade is so much better or as better. The lemonade doesn't have the nutrition value of the blood that circulates to the body, but the pH is 7.4. It's the same. So I would like to finish our conversation about blood with this. Of course, I cannot deliver everything about blood in this short live, but if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. I want to thank to Pamela and Shane for watching. I can see her name down there. If you have any questions, I'm here. If not, I would like to wish you to have a lovely day. Okay, and a very happy new year, a very successful new year. Think about your dreams. Dreams are those that move us ahead in life. Thank you.
Join our Healthy and Community Facebook group. If you have any questions, please free to comment below. Don't forget to follow and subscribe for more.